Jungkook laid on the couch, his one arm behind his head and the other wrapped around his girlfriend, supposedly soon to be wife, he likes to call her, who was lying on top of him, half dead after everything they just did a while ago. Wine, you cheated, she murmured for the 10th time, tracing circles on his chest with her finger, a pout on her lips. He raised a brow, those puppy eyes, that pout and that innocence. Was she the same girl who was violently pulling on his hair a moment ago? JK, I didn't cheat, we both know that. It always happened whenever they played a game or even in general. She wouldn't lose in anything against him. She would just say, if you keep going, you will win the game, but my heart will break. That level of emotional blackmail always worked on him. On top of that, her feminine charm she would use to her best, her pouting glossy eyes, she knew how to manipulate him. And even if he knew she was brainwashing him, he would still melt and let her win. He wouldn't lose every single game, but still at the end of the day, she would say he cheated 100 times even after the game. Oh, he loved her. Her pouts and winning the most. One. So you're saying I cheated? Extremely sad expressions appeared on her face, although they were fake. They both knew it. But it was crazy how good at acting she was. She could debut as a top selling actress. Zeke, no princess. It was me, of course. One, exactly. How bad of you using stupid tricks on your innocent girl. Zeke, my apologies. I'll try to do better next. She grinned and he smiled quietly. Zeke, he'll let her listen. Wine laughed, and Jungkook pulled her up, digging his face in her neck. Both of them had a peaceful night. Wine sometimes stayed over at his place when she didn't have work to do in the morning. They spent the night, and the next day Wine returned home. Her home, which had somehow become a place of dread for her. Her sanctuary, which was nothing but unsettled, dangerous place. There was something she needed to do, something Jungkook must not find out. A problem to fix, a problem sitting in front of her, Minho, Jungkook's elder brother. Wine didn't know how many times it had been. She had listened to the same bullshit as of now. Minho was served with some coffee, and now he sat there trying to manipulate Wine against his own brother. His another attempt, which wouldn't bear fruit. Minho, is he forcing you into this? I'm his older brother. I know he must have scared you into submission, but when I say I can protect you, I mean it. You don't have to fear a thing. You can tell me everything. Wine, I've told you several times, and my words remain the same. Jungkook might have been dangerous for the world, but he's the safest place for me. Once again, thank you for your worry, but there's nothing I need your help with. Minho, so your answer is the same. Wine saw it, the crack in his gentleman mask. It was going to start, like it had time to time before. His caring eyes would turn dark and psychotic. His soft voice would turn menacing, and his gentle hands would ball into fists. Until he fails to convince Wine into leaving him, he would lose his patience slowly, start raising his voice, pulling onto his hair, and then maybe damage the furniture. Minho, what is so hard to understand about it? I'm not talking a foreign language, he yelled, kicked the chair so hard it felt all the way across the other corner of the room. Minho had an extreme inferiority complex against his younger brother. He was older, he was the initial heir, but was everything Jungkook did superior? He always received their father's approval, brought their success, and now he had a girlfriend. This loving. Minho screamed, laughed, and then pulled onto his hair. It was scary. This sight was always scary. It made Wine tremble and want to run into Jungkook's arms, but Minho was never going to hurt her physically. Wine, Jungkook holds no bitter feelings against you. You both are brothers. You don't. Minho, brother's my foot. And feelings? He took everything away from me. Wine saw failure. Another day, another failure. Although she was safe physically, but it started to tire her mentally. The side effects had started to show, and she didn't know if she could handle this any longer. Wine was from a simple family, not too wealthy, not too poor. Her bond with siblings was normal too, a kind where you would fight and make up. So, what she didn't understand was why. Why Herminho wants you to destroy his own brother? It was not a drama or a novel. You couldn't possibly scheme for your own brother to be miserable. How? And if she told Jungkook, she was betraying him. Her heart felt so guilty, it didn't let her breathe sometimes. Jungkook wouldn't like her hiding such thing. Wine, please. You should make up with him. I'm sure together you can achieve much more. I'm not sure if I can hide this from Jungkook any longer. Minho, of course you won't. You would want me out of his life too, so he can have it all. Wine gulped up all his fists. He didn't deserve to say that. But wasn't it originally true? She knew it wasn't her fault. But why was she caught up in this fire? This burden was too much for her to handle. She was too selfish to tell him the truth. She didn't want to be the reason. Wine, I'm not going to leave Jungkook. Minho, you will. I will make sure of it. He screamed and threw a glass beside her, which shattered into pieces. Wine flinched. But then Jungkook entered. The worst possible scenario Wine could think of was in front of her. Was he going to hurt her? He was going to. Be so disappointed in her, right? Yet, somehow, Somehow, her eyes filled up with relief. Despite the outcome, she was glad this torture was finally coming to an end. Zeke, I knew something was wrong the moment I saw a dent in your smile. He marched past the room and slammed Minho against the wall, a move unacceptable. Despite everything, Minho was still older than him. Zeke, you're going to pay for this. How coward of you. When you couldn't beat me, you decided to beat up someone clearly weaker than you. Just how long can you go? Minho, how dare you? I am here and clearly older than your father will. It's okay. We both know father is choosing me as a heir. Isn't that why you're on edge these days? He smirked, yet nothing amusing flashed his eyes. They were dark, red, and angry. It's okay. Let's see what father has to say about this. He pulled back and then landed a fist across Minho's cheek. Then another, until Minho took out his gun and pointed it at him. One flinched, her eyes worried towards Jungkook. No, no, please, let him be safe. He was all she had. This was the kind of encounter she feared and took everything quietly up until now. Jungkook stood quietly, waited and waiting, not because Minho couldn't kill him, but because father was never going to forgive him for that. His whole future was going to be ruined. Zeike, you don't get to step near my woman again, Hyung. This is my first and final warning to you. Neither I am afraid of you nor father. I'm not in the same boat as you either. I won't think twice before pulling the trigger on you. Minho, I told you, he's a monster who didn't think twice before killing his own brother. What makes you think he won't turn on you in the future? He spat, then stood up and marched out of the home. Once he was gone, the aftermath was heavy, thick with silence and suffocating. Mine was droning. She didn't know in which emotion guilt, relief, fear, or was it betrayal? One, Jungkook, he came to her, held her hands, and made her sit. Huh? Why was he not mad at her? He checked her all over for source of abuse, but the only abuse done was mental. JK, I'm sorry. You must be really scared. He took her in his arms. Wine, why are you hiding it? I know you're hurt. Why don't you complain? They pulled back and Jungkook looked away. Wine, I was going to tell you everything today. I was a fool. I thought I could persuade him. I thought I could. She took her face in her hand. Wine, why? He both her brothers by blood. How can he hold so much hatred towards his own brother? Too much to want to destroy him? Take his biggest source of happiness, or might as well kill him? How are you both okay with it? Jungkook had seen Wine with his siblings fighting over ice cream or the seat they wanted at the dining table, but it was never about wealth, inferiority, or actual murders. Jungkook was hurt, but he knew it was partially his fault. Wine was innocent, a person loyal to her siblings, someone who can't even dream of bringing pain to them. If she tried to bring them together, Jungkook could understand him. He hated it, but he could understand. Wine, I know it was not my fault and there was nothing I could do, but I was afraid. If I told you, what will happen? I was afraid of the outcome. Will they really kill each other? Will they really go in war? What will happen to you? What will happen to us? Wine. So I thought, oh, he's gone. He won't come back. I can hide it. I didn't have the energy nor any guts to tell you, but then Minho will come back. It would repeat, but once he's gone, it's like I wasn't emotionally prepared to initiate something so big. Wine. I knew as soon as the words escaped my mouth, you both will fight. I kept delaying it. I know I was wrong. I'm sorry, but I really had no courage to take that step. Mine's eyes teared up as she cupped his cheeks. She was nearly trembling, and he realized how badly Minho already messed up with her heart. Wine, please protect yourself. I can't do anything without you. And Zeke, Wine, he brainwashed you. He tried his best to manipulate you. You saw it today. He can't kill me. He can't hurt me. Nothing will ever happen to me. I always return to you in one piece, no matter where I am. You trust me, right? Wine, don't go anywhere. Don't leave me alone. She hugged him so tightly as if she might disappear. Jungkook knew. He was the one who dragged an innocent into this bloodthirsty world. It was on him, so he couldn't even be mad at Wine right now. He hugged her back and kissed her head and cheeks several times. His fist balled into anger. He let Minho go for now, since Wine was there, but he promised himself to be. He was not going to sit until he made him pay for every pain he inflicted on her. Zeke, I love you. I'm never leaving you. In life and death, you're always with me. So if you ever dream of a day without me, then you don't know how obsessive I can be, princess. You cannot get rid of me, even if you wanted. That somehow seemed to calm her. An obsessive confession which should be scary truly calmed her down. That was the exact kind of obsession she wanted from a man she loved so dearly. One, you cannot get rid of me either, John. You're mine and mine alone. No one is ever taking you away from me. She pulled onto his collar and kissed him possessively. He was safe. She saw it with her own eyes, and nothing was going to scare her anymore. And if a day came to it, she swore she would kill anyone who dared to hurt her man.